Hey fam, welcome back to Tari's Lifestyle and Vlog, and thank you so much for stopping by. So in this video, we're going to be talking about 7 things you must consider before you decide to relocate to a different country. It could be relocating to the UK, to the US, to any country at all in Europe, any country at all. So there are things that you must consider. You don't just pack your bag one day and say, okay, I'm relocating, or wake up one day and say, okay, I'm going to apply for a visa and things like that, and then you want to relocate. There are things that you must consider before you decide to relocate, and we're going to be talking about these 7 things in this video. Okay, but before I go on, my name is Tari, and on this channel we'll talk about UK visas and immigration. We'll talk about life in the UK, how to travel successfully to the UK, and how to navigate through life as an immigrant living in the UK. If this sounds like something you're interested in, then please subscribe, turn on your bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my videos going forward. To my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. Like I said before, if you're wanting to relocate from your country to another country, there are things that you must consider, because it's a big move. It's not a decision that you just wake up and make. Okay, so it's a decision that you have to sit down and think about carefully, because it's a life-changing decision that will either break you or make you. Okay, if I'm allowed to put it that way. It's a huge decision that you have to make. It affects your entire life. It affects your family. If you've got children, husband, wife, siblings at home, it will affect all of you. So it's a decision that you have to sit down carefully, think about, and plan. Okay, and the first thing that I want to talk about is why you're wanting to relocate in the first place. So you want to relocate to a different country. You've talked about it, you've sat down. Why do I want to relocate? Okay, so that's the first question that you want to ask yourself. Is it because you want to relocate to join your family? Are you relocated to join family members? Okay, maybe you have a spouse, you have uncles, you have aunties, you have children abroad, you want to relocate to join them. Is that why you're relocating? Are you relocating because you want to go for your studies? Okay, are you going for studies? Are you going to school to study one course or the other? Okay, so it's really important that we consider that. Also, are you relocating for work? So are you relocating because you found a job, you want to relocate to go and work in that country? Okay, so whatever the reason is, you need to sit down. Are you just relocating for a better life because you want to have a better life for yourself and for your family? Okay, so these are reasons, these are things that you need to think about carefully, because like I said, it's a huge decision that you need to make. Okay, so once you've decided why you want to relocate, the next thing you want to do is decide how you want to relocate. And the reason you want to relocate is closely tied to how you're going to relocate. If you're relocating to join family, then the visa type you want to apply for is a family visa, spouse visa, and all of that. Different kinds of family visa. So that's the kind of visa that you need to apply for. That's how you're going to travel. The second one, if you want to travel, if you're relocating for studies, then what you're going to need to do is apply for a student visa. If you're applying for work, then obviously it's a work visa that you need. So you need to consider these things: why you want to travel and why you want to travel. Also, where do you want to go to? Where are you relocating to? Do you want to relocate to the UK? Do you want to go to Canada? Do you want to go to the US? Do you want to go to Europe? Where do you want to go to? Not just, okay, any visa available, let me just apply. No, you need to think about it carefully. And when it comes to the location where you're going to, you want to do your research also about the place. Okay, so if you are going to the UK, what is the UK like? Okay, what's their culture? Okay, what do they speak? Do they speak English? Yes, they speak English in UK. If you're going to places like Germany, they don't speak English, so they speak Dutch. Okay, so you want to think about it. Is this something that you can learn quickly? Okay, what language do you speak in your country? What language are they going to speak? Are you going to speak when you get to your new location? Can you cope? Can you integrate into the society? You need to think about these things first of all. Do your research before you decide to actually relocate. You also want to think about the visa requirements. Okay, so what is required for you to get that visa? What is required for you to apply for that visa in that country where you've decided to go to? Okay, what's the cost of living, okay, for that country where you're going to? Is it something you can afford? Do you think it's something you can actually afford? Can you work to achieve the financial requirement for that country. Okay, so these are really important things that you need to think about. Say for instance you're traveling as a student or to meet your family or even to work. What if that doesn't happen? What if something happens? Are you able to take care of yourself when you get there? How are you going to take care of yourself? So my advice is for you to have extra money for at least 3 to 6 months in case you don't have a job, you don't get a job when you arrive at your location, in case maybe you decide to get, you went through a work visa and that work doesn't come true, or maybe you are not paid on time. You usually will get paid on time. Maybe something happens, but make sure you have at least 3 to 6 months of finance to cover yourself just in case something happens. You want to also think about your accommodation. Where are you going to live when you get there? Okay, are you going to be staying with family, or are you going to be staying in a hotel? Do you have an apartment rented already? Okay, so these are things that you need to think about. If you're going to be staying with family, what do they require of you? What do they expect of you if you are living with them? Do they expect you to pay some money, to put some money down for feeding and all of that? So that comes to your finance as well. You want to make sure that you have that money on ground. What if the family member is not around when you get there? What if you call them and they are not able to pick up their phone? Because this has happened so many times. People say they are traveling to the UK or to any other country, and you hear someone say, okay, come, don't worry, you stay with me, and they get to wherever they are going and they call the person and the person is not available. What are you going to do at that time? Are you going to be stranded, or do you have extra cash that you say, you know what, I'll check into an Airbnb for now in case maybe the person is out of reach due to network connection, or maybe something's happened to them, or maybe they're in a meeting or so, or maybe they've just decided, you know what, I'm not going to pick this person's call. Okay, so you need to have extra cash to take care of yourself. Are you going to be staying in a hotel? Again, have money to take care of yourself, to pay for your hotel bills. If it's an Airbnb, make sure you have money for it. If you're going to be staying in a hostel, just make sure that you are able to, you consider your accommodation carefully before you go. Don't just depend on family members, because we know that people have their own issues that they are dealing with. Okay, some people don't want to include you or add you to the issues that they are having to deal with. Okay, so we need to consider accommodation properly and prepare yourself for any eventualities. Okay, so that's really important. Okay, and the last thing that we're talking about today is your requirement. What's your daily essentials, or weekly essentials, or monthly essentials, however it is. For some people it will be their clothing, for some people it will be their medication, for some people it will be maybe the kind of food they eat. Some people are allergic to certain kind of food, some people have to eat certain kind of food. So you want to make sure you have that, you consider that, and take that with you. In terms of your medication, this is so important. Take your medication worth at least 3 to 6 months, okay, before you now come to the UK or wherever you're going to, and then get to see a GP, and then get to see the doctor. They give you a prescription, they want to change your medication and all of that. I've seen this happen before. Okay, somebody came to the UK without their medication. At the end of the day, before they could see the doctor and all of that, time had already gone. It takes 2-3 weeks for them to get registered and all of that, and that's time. The person's health becoming deteriorated, okay, before they eventually got seen by the doctor. Okay, so it's important that we consider all these things before we decide to relocate. So yes, it's good to relocate. It's good to say, okay, you know what, I'm relocating to a new country for a better life, for education, for work, for family, and all of that. But we must consider it. You need to give yourself time to work on your documents as well. I forgot to add that. So if there are requirements, give yourself time to think about the requirements, the visa requirements, work on your documents, work on your finance, maybe for 6 months, for 3 months, however the requirements is for that country. Work on your documentation, make sure you have everything ready, so that by the time that you go on to apply, it will be a yes rather than a no. Remember, for any visa category, especially with the UK, it's more documentation than less. It's better for them to say, okay, we need this, we don't need this, and chuck it aside, rather than saying, no, we need this document but we don't have it. Okay, so it could lead to refusal, it could lead to delay, which I know we don't want to deal with. Okay, well, I hope this video has been helpful to someone. If it has helped you, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video.